the Ghost, but again, gives up a third of your firepower, and the Assault Motion Vision really useful against very fast recons that Sandro prefers.
Knife round is going live.
Okay, here we go.
Here we go. Here we go.
We starting each competitive round with a knife round. This determines really nothing except team selection, which is basically skin selection.
And
so the winning team, yeah, and spawn selection basically. So the winning team of this knife round will get to choose which team and which spawn they prefer.
So
there's something to be said. I mean, some people think Jinrai skins might have a bit of an advantage in dark conditions. They are all black. But on the flip side, they do show up quite easily.
I think Spader disconnected again.
Oh!
During the
Quick
knife
slice
fight.
on, yeah.
Yeah, his
I
ping
hope that wasn't a
rocketed.
connection issue.
Yep, he's suffering from
Suddenly
a
went up to
300 plus.
Ouch.
Crystalline takes down Nevermore. Fort Commander closing in. Crystalline from the back.
Now dropping back.
Holding the Ghost.
I do wonder if there's gonna be that infamous team kill. Because
Yeah.
Nevermore's Fart Commander's up.
Alright, it's
Fort
down to
Commander's
1-1.
down to Crystalline and Snyla.
And Snyla takes it.
Prematurely calling victory for Jess.
Which Jinrai?
And looks like Snyla will choose NSF.
Which means I'll have to switch the name tags on the overlay.
Nice and convenient. And for those just joining us, this is the active NeoTokyo players 3 vs 3 final, featuring Sandro Diplomacy Corps and Team Desu. I'll never get that right.
It's alright. We understand you.
Casting this match at the moment are myself, Elkins, Wally, another active community vet, and Tiger Fuel producer.
This is not live yet, is it? We just finished knife round and this thing announced about being live. I'm a bit confused.
Well, it shouldn't be live yet. I need a restart first.
Oh. I've just been casting as if we were live.
Yeah, you can't stop. You gotta go fast.
Yeah. Gotta prevent that dead air.
No, both sides in idea.
Alright, looks like Spader's back and his ping's under control.
Afro's not too happy from what I can
Right.
tell. Okay, so Rain is gonna change the final server changes required to go live, and then we will have the infamous countdown to start the match. Here we go.
Okay, so for those just joining us, this is the active NeoTokyo players 3 vs 3 final, featuring Sandro Diplomacy Corps with Crystalline, Afro, and Spader versus Team Desu. I'll never get that
Yes.
right. With Fart Commander, Snyla, and Nevermore Lieutenant. We're in the first round of this 3 vs 3 final on NT Tarmac, York. Sure. Maintaining the active NeoTokyo players team is Agile,
Hello?
longtime player and occasional developer.
We had a bit of a cut there, Quince. I'm not sure if you were saying something in between.
Probably just introductions.
Alright.
Yeah. Looks like mostly we've just got
So 3 vs 3 an interesting format, mainly because your team numbers are just so small. You have to cover quite a bit of ground individually for each individual player.
Shouldn't be
Looks
too
like-
hard on tarmac if you think about it, though. It's rather open, and the only thing
You have
that's
to cover
sealed up.
quite a bit of ground for each individual player. And
Looks like they're protecting Spader, I believe, because he's got his ping rocking. Yeah, it's up at 468 right
another technical issue with Spader.
now. Yeah, but I think they're just gonna roll with it, so they're gonna camp spawn and they're gonna protect his corpse, I think. Gotta keep the
Interesting
points down on the other
tactic.
team. Oh, there they go. So Afro's gonna try to take him out. He's smoked up. There goes Spader. Afro's going down quick here. If he can hold down that sky bridge.
A bit anticlimactic with Spader having the issue. Especially his ping being frozen means he might be suffering a disconnect. It's quite unfortunate.
Yeah. Tournament's been delayed enough as it is, mainly with Spader moving and getting into a new location.
Yeah, it looks like Spader has a disconnect going on. He wasn't even reacting to a shot at anyway.
Yep.
So it's rather messed up.
So I don't know what they're gonna do. Orion asking if they need a pause.
Will not get better, so I presume.
Looks like they're just gonna do 2-on-3.
And there he goes.
And there he goes, there's a pity. Unclear if they want to go ahead with a substitute.
I'm pretty sure there is no substitute in this late stage.
Yeah,
Just a problem.
and I believe the tournament finals were meant to be played without a substitute.
Yeah,
I
it's
think
gonna
that was
boil
the
down to a
policy.
2v3, I think, unless the other team decides to gimp themselves to a 2v2. This is rather passive play on Jinrai because they really have no choice in this case.
That's really a pity.
Not much to say at this point, unfortunately so.
Sandro coming out a winner, so I don't know. I'm willing to bet on Jinrai here. Afro, I think, one of the stronger players all round. Just really aware of class weaknesses, class strengths.
Good map
able
knowledge.
to play,
He's
yeah.
very accurate. He knows his movement.
I've seen him easily sight through, 3 or 4 vets on the other team.
It's boiling down to Snala versus Afro and Crystalline here, which gives them the advantage for this round.
Right.
It definitely does. Even when they spawn, they're down a person. So if they just sit and spawn or camp any choke points, they're gonna lose. They actually have to go out and kill 2 people at any point in the game, or cap it to win a round.
Well, Spader has returned with his ping shooting into the 400s, so I'm pretty much sure he's not trying to give in so fast.
Right.
I mean, it's not against the rules either if he drops out constantly. I mean, he can do as much as he can without getting booted out.
Yeah,
So-
to actually contribute.
Yeah, so it's...
I mean, the real key, I think, is not so much the ping number, but the ping stability in Spader's case.
And actually remaining connected on the server, mostly. If you would remain connected to the server, it wouldn't be big of an issue. You could play continuously.
It definitely will hurt, though, I think, with the ping issue, seeing as Spader prefers, I believe, Recon, which I think is I think it's fair to say that Recon's kind of latency dependent in the sense that it's very hard to execute
Definitely is,
fast
definitely.
maneuvers.
Well, I recall Spader actually being more of an assault person. I do not see him
maybe
on
you've
Recon
known him
too
longer
often.
than I am.
I do not see him on Recon too often, and I remember him not being
And a
defined
win for
with
Jinrai.
many Recons. It
They
boils
managed to
down
take
to
that
the-
round, despite being a person down.
No. Like I said, I think Jinrai has a good chance of this, even with Spader's ping issues. Sandro's just been so dominant throughout the 3 versus 3. I think I don't think they've suffered a single loss.
No.
Well, they weren't also missing any players since. So
Right.
I guess that's something to take into consideration here. Speaking of that, they have some really interesting way of like communication, because they've leaked that they also like study stuff all around, not only related to the game.
Really?
Yeah, they've been going through
Some sort of
lessons.
reporting codes.
No, they were going through some lessons where they were talking about, I think if I remember correctly, where certain countries in some places of the world are located and stuff like that. It was pretty surprising. I'm not sure if it was meant seriously or not, but if it is, I'm not sure what it's all about. Having lost Spader on the other team, unfortunately so, who doesn't seem to have a disconnect so far.
His ping seems to be coming back down, stabilizing.
He was standing still in spawn, so.
That's unfortunate.
He's just point bait at this juncture.
Well, speaking of 2v3 earlier, maybe if they're nice enough and Sanjuro DC decides to drop out Spader because they want to take the trouble off of him or something, maybe Desi, or Des in this case, will
Now takes down
decide,
Afro, punished by Crystalline.
will be taken out by a player 2, so it boils down to a 2v2. Not too sure if that'll happen though.
Right. Doesn't look like it's going to. I think they're just gonna keep steamrolling.
Well, they're not really steamrolling in this case either, if you think about it.
Yeah, like I said, I think Sandro will stay
taking the
dangerous even down 1.
Request
we'll
of
have
a
a
pause. And we're flying out of the map, at least I am.